Something out there is attacking expedition teams, and no one can agree on what it is. Tonight, we'll explore real encounters captured deep in jungles, mountains, and uncharted zones. Clips that investigators still cannot explain. Each case grows darker, stranger, more dangerous. And remember, these moments are ordered from the least terrifying to the one that stunned even seasoned explorers, because the final clip might be the most disturbing creature ever caught on camera. Number 15. The clip takes us to Moore Park Beach, Australia, a quiet, open stretch of sand often visited by locals at dusk. A family was walking along the shoreline when they noticed a figure crouch by the water, as if washing its hands. When it stood up, everything changed. The silhouette towered nearly 9 feet tall, covered in dark hair, its arms unnaturally long, almost dragging across the sand. According to the teenage witnesses, the creature let out a deep, guttural sound, then charged, at first on all fours, then upright, sprinting across the beach with shocking speed. The family ran for their lives. When they finally reached safety, the father returned with a light, only to discover massive footprints pressed into the sand, far larger than any human boot. Some locals insist it was a yowie. Others believe it was something far older, something that shouldn't exist on modern shores. Whatever chased that family, it remains one of Australia's most unsettling documented encounters. Number 14. In the deep woods of Mogollon Rim, an old Boy Scout campout turned into one of Arizona's most unsettling encounters. Former Scout Don Davis recounted waking up in the middle of the night, sensing something massive standing over his sleeping bag. He felt hot, heavy breaths on his face, slow, deliberate, before the creature stepped back into the darkness. When dawn came, the scouts found huge footprints around the campsite, footprints too wide and too deep to match any man. Today, Davis's testimony appears in multiple reports about the Mogollon monster. Show short clip. In the woods of Arkansas, a father and his son set out for a simple exploration hike, but something began following them.
What is that?
At first they heard branches snapping, slow, steady, too heavy to be a deer. Then they saw it, a massive dark figure pacing them from between the trees, keeping a perfect distance as if studying their every move. The father whispered for his son not to run, but the creature continued circling, closer each time. Their encounter was later featured on Paranormal Caught on Camera, where investigators analyzed images of the trail, the father's recorded audio, and recreations of the towering silhouette moving in the shadows. Number 12. High in the Cairngorm Mountains, climbers have reported something that should not exist, a presence they can hear, but almost never see. They call it the Big Gray Man of Ben McDouey, a towering, shadow-like figure said to follow mountaineers through the fog. One of the most chilling accounts comes from a lone climber who felt heavy footsteps behind him, slow, deliberate, matching his every move on the ridge. Panicking, he turned and fired his revolver into the mist, claiming a massive silhouette was advancing toward him before it vanished in the whiteout. Today, reports of this entity appear alongside photos of Ben McDouey, maps of the ascent, and witness testimonies that span decades. Number 11. Deep in the forests of Saxony, a quiet night of camping turned into one of Germany's most disturbing wilderness attacks. According to the survivors, something circled their tent, slow at first, then violently ripped it open from the outside. In the chaos, one of the campers was dragged halfway out, suffering deep bites and long, tearing scratches across his torso and arms. When authorities arrived, they found the tent shredded, blood on the ground, and footprints that didn't match any known predator in the region. German media later published photos of the destroyed tent, the man's injuries, and images of the exact forest clearing where the attack happened. But the creature responsible was never identified. Number 10. In the rugged wilderness of the Old West, a seasoned trapper named Bauman experienced something so disturbing. It was later preserved in the writings of Theodore Roosevelt himself. According to Bauman's account, their camp was stalked night after night by a bipedal, hairy creature, something that moved with intelligence, not instinct. It prowled just beyond the firelight, leaving deep footprints and rearranging their supplies as if toying with them. But the final night was the worst. When Bauman returned to camp, he found his partner dead, neck snapped, body dragged, and left in the dirt as if displayed. Roosevelt included this chilling testimony in The Wilderness Hunter, and today, multiple articles show illustrations of the encounter, historical trapper camps, and photos of the frontier terrain where the event likely occurred. Number 9. In the vast forests of land, between the lakes, a creature locals call the Dog Man has been blamed for decades of terrifying encounters. Campers report seeing a tall, muscular, wolf-like figure moving on two legs, fast, silent, and watching from the tree line. The most extreme legend tells of a family found torn apart inside their RV in the 70s or 80s, a scene investigators never officially explained. Over the years, documentaries and researchers have returned to the area, capturing images of the park, recreations of the alleged attack, and nighttime footage of the dense woods where the creature is said to roam. Even today, hikers claim the same thing. Something is out there, and it doesn't fear humans. Number 8. Between 1764 and 1767, the quiet region of Gévaudan was terrorized by a creature so violent, its attacks became legend. Witnesses described a massive, wolf-like beast with an elongated body, powerful jaws, and a strange, almost unnatural behavior, stalking fields and villages before striking without warning. By the end of its rampage, dozens of victims had been mutilated, many found far from where they were last seen. Today, historians preserve original engravings, illustrations of the monster, and photographs of the exact landscapes where the killings took place. Despite theories involving wolves, hyenas, or exotic predators, no one has ever confirmed what truly hunted the people of Gévaudan. Number 7. Deep inside the remote Nahanni Valley, early 20th century gold prospectors vanished under circumstances so brutal, they remain unsolved to this day. Several men were found dead and decapitated, their bodies discovered miles apart along frozen riverbanks and rugged mountain passes. Official reports documented the cases, but offered no explanation, no tools missing, no signs of animal feeding, and no heads ever recovered. The valley's isolation only added to the mystery. Even today, people speak of an unknown predator, or something far worse, hidden within its canyons. Show short clip. On the remote shores of Portlock, Alaska, an entire settlement was abandoned. Not because of weather, but because something was hunting the people who lived there. Survivors spoke of Nanti Nak, a towering Bigfoot-like creature seen dragging human remains down from the mountains and attacking lone workers in the forest. One by one, residents began to vanish. Others were found mutilated, their bodies carried far from camp as if displayed. By the mid-20th century, the last families fled Portlock, leaving behind homes, tools, and a fear that has never faded. Today, investigators document photos of the ghost town, collapsed buildings, and interviews with descendants who insist the creature was real and still guarding the valley. Number 5. In 1982, during a secret Soviet military training session in Lake Baikal, a team of divers encountered something no manual had prepared them for. At a depth of about 50 meters, they reported seeing silver, human-shaped beings, tall, smooth-skinned, and moving effortlessly through the icy dark. The divers attempted to capture one of the entities, but an unknown force launched all of them violently upward. The rapid ascent caused catastrophic decompression. 3 divers died. The others survived, but their accounts were immediately classified. Today, the story reappears in articles, illustrations of the swimmers, and photographs of Soviet dive teams training along the shores of Baikal, a lake deeper and stranger than any other on Earth. Number 4. In 1978, the U.S. Navy frigate USS Stein returned from patrol with damage unlike anything engineers had ever seen. Its massive sonar dome, built to withstand ocean pressure and impact, was shredded, covered in long slashes and torn rubber. Embedded in the damaged coating were curved claw-like structures, eerily similar to the hooks found on giant squid tentacles, but much larger than any known species. When photos were released, marine biologists were stunned. If a creature had done this, it would have been far bigger than any confirmed colossal squid. Today, analyses compare the damage patterns, archived images of the ship, and close-up shots of the embedded claws. Evidence, some believe, proves that something enormous lurks in the deep Pacific. Number 3, the Nahanni Valley is infamous for its early headless prospectors, but the mystery didn't end there. In the decades that followed, more miners vanished without a trace. Entire camps were found abandoned, supplies left behind as if their owners fled in seconds. Search teams reported strange lights drifting through the gorges at night, glowing silently between the cliffs where no one should be. Historic maps, scattered shelters, and recreated reports paint a chilling picture. Something, human or not, forced multiple exploration groups to escape the valley forever. Number 2. After the Soviet diver incident of 1982, newly surfaced naval documents revealed something even stranger. Lake Baikal had a long history of USO encounters, unidentified submerged objects. Declassified testimonies describe massive, fast-moving shapes detected beneath the ice. Impossible speeds, impossible depths. Officers reported glowing craft rising from the lake, vanishing into the sky, and returning to the water without a ripple. Modern researchers link these sightings to the silver humanoids seen by the divers, suggesting Baikal might be a hotspot of underwater activity no one fully understands. Today's coverage features bathymetric maps, witness statements, and documentaries filmed on the exact training grounds where the encounters took place. Number 1. In 1959, 9 skilled hikers set out into the frozen wilderness of the northern Ural Mountains. When rescuers found their camp, the tent was slashed open from the inside as if the group fled in total panic. Their bodies were scattered across the snow, some half-dressed, others with severe internal injuries, crushed chests, missing eyes, and tongues, yet with no external trauma to explain them. For decades, investigators have debated everything: an avalanche, military tests, infrasound, or an attack by something still unknown. Today, the case endures through thousands of recovered photographs, maps of the route, and detailed reconstructions of the final camp, offering chilling glimpses into their last moments. Bonus: this photograph shows a flooded wetland where 3 explorers wade through the water, carrying long rifles and moving with visible urgency. Behind them, a massive creature stands upright in the shallow marsh. Its body is rounded and heavy, with thick textured skin and short limbs. The creature has a pair of human legs protruding from its open mouth, lifted straight into the air as if caught mid-swallow. The scene is muddy, tense, and chaotic. The men appear exhausted and alarmed, glancing back as they push through the water. Show short clip. The background shows dense vegetation, scattered trees, and a hazy sky. In the upper right corner, a yellow and red emblem labeled Top Man appears. Show short clip. No further context is provided in the image itself,